Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Long Haul Garage. Today, we're back on Project Fox. And notice, we're not at the end of the driveway anymore. After fighting with it for about an hour on the ice, managed to get it up here to where I can actually have a solid work platform. Today, what I'm planning to do is put the driveline that I removed for the tow up here back in, rear differential service, bleed the brakes and cooling system, and do an oil change. Since it started and ran relatively well, I kind of want to see if I can get brakes back, and I want to see if it'll move under its own power. Uh, so yeah, that's what we're doing today. Alright. Now, I tried to do this before I towed it home because I wanted to make sure the differential had fresh fluid in it. But I didn't have the right size socket, and this was really tight and didn't want to budge. So, now that I'm home, have all my tools, see if I can make this happen. Wow, that diff fill plug is tight. And get the drain plug cracked. Getting that fill plug to crack is going to be fun. There we go. All right. Fill plug cracked. Doesn't look too bad. Ooh, it smells good though. Oh, that 90 weight. That doesn't look that bad actually. Definitely used, but not horrible. Which means this has been serviced at some point or another. Bonus. Not seeing any bad news coming out of it either. No chunkies, no none of that. Oh, I'm gonna take the parking brake off. It actually looks like it might have been changed shortly before it was parked. It's still pretty clean. Let's see here. See? Not too bad, actually. Not that bad. I was expecting never been touched. So to see that it's been serviced makes me happy. Might drop this spare tire just to get it out of my way. think I will. Handle's held up with a chunk of baling wire. There we go. Swing that. Oh my God. Redwood City came out with it. But let's see what this is here. Monarch bias ply spare tire. This is the original spare. Really? All right, we're full. Fresh gear oil for the win. Out of the way. Jacket. Tight. Okay. All right, differential service is done. Now it's driveline time. Which means some adjusting. Alright, let's have a quick view down here underneath Project Fox. I've been down here before, but you guys haven't. No rust to be seen anywhere. Dirty, sure. Two-piece driveline. But no rust. No rust is a good thing. We like no rust. Driveline is now back in. The carrier bearing's seen better days, but it's still there at least. Okay, now I suppose before we're done with the back, I should think about bleeding these rear brakes out. Then I can get the front in the air, start working on that. Alright, now I'm going to start dealing with the brakes. Starting to work on bleeding them. Since I have the back end in the air, it's going to be easier to bleed the back first. What you're going to want to do is get the old brake fluid out. What I use for that? Turkey baster. Now, obviously, make sure you have a turkey baster specifically for this purpose, because you are not going to want to baste your turkeys with this afterwards. Look at all that nasty. Now I got most of it out, at least from the front reservoir. Jen, grab the little screen piece, pull that out. You're going to want to put this on a rag. Put it somewhere away from any painted surfaces, because brake fluid will eat and destroy paint. Suck out about as much as I can. Put the thing back in it. Move on to the rear. No, I did not test this brake fluid. One, I don't have a tester. And two, it's pretty obvious it's going to fail. All the nasty that's collected in the bottom of that screen. Probably take some carb clean to these and clean them up real fast. But, look at that. That is nasty. Now we'll take some carb clean to these screens and clean those up a little bit because they are nasty. Let these air out and dry. You don't want the carb clean to mix with the brake fluid. Those air out for a minute. Yum. While those air out, I'm going to try and suck a little bit more out. Yeah, that's nasty. That's way nasty. That's nasty. Put it back in. And now we have fresh brake fluid. Fresh and clean, fresh .3. Okay. We got something fresh. I'm going to go get some assistance. All right. After a good solid bleed off screen, because my little brother didn't want to be in the video, we have brakes. Nice solid pedal. Hold the wheels nice and firm. We have brakes. Now, we move on to the first modification I'm going to be doing to this car. And that is lowering the front. Now, some of you may be asking, what's the plan there? Do you have aftermarket springs? Do you have anything along those lines? Are you just going to hack them? What's the plan? Well, we're going to be going a little old school, pulling from old school hot rod community here. And we're going to be using some nice, I won't say ghetto fabulous because they are safe, but we're going to be using the good old-fashioned spring clamps. Now, if anyone tries to say anything about it, my dad has had the same spring clamps in his Mustang for the last 40 fucking years. Oh, those are so light. Those are so light. I love small wheels. Alrighty. So yes, we're on to spring clamps. Are they the perfect solution? No, not really. Will they work? Yes. They will work, and I don't have to take the whole front suspension apart and possibly ruin ball joints and all that good stuff. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I will have to take it all apart. The spring clamps don't fit in between the coils. Okay. Never mind. Guess I'm gonna have to take it all apart. I'm gonna take it all apart, and we're gonna have to hack some coil springs off. Hack some coils off the springs. But that's okay. This car is never going to be intended to be a handling machine. This car is going to be, let's cruise down to the restaurant and have a nice dinner on a Saturday night. Down here, take a better look at these brake pads and everything. Get some of the fucking forestry out of the thing. Yeah, it looks pretty good down here. Alrighty then. Then we'll put the wheel back on, I guess. And we'll worry about lowering it later. That'll come later. Today, I just want to drive it. I want to see it move. Especially now that I got brakes and I know it runs. Now I have brakes, it runs. I know where the coolant goes, and I know it's a heater core problem, so I'm going to top off the radiator after I do an oil change. Oil change, top off radiator. See what she does. For now, oil change. Oil is not full of coolant, which was one concern I had after starting it and running it for a minute. Oil doesn't have any coolant in it. No coolant, or no oil in the coolant. And all the spark plugs, because I pulled them out, are good to go too. Here, try a little bit of handed body work here. That's better. Perfect, better. There you go. Better. Oil cap. That filter's gonna be a pain to get to. Talking about. Not even on there, super tight. Yes, which means whoever did the last oil change knew what they were doing. I nailed that first shot, seriously. Fucking A, just about. Old gasket came with it. Oh, there we go. Filter did not want to come out. Brand new Napa Gold. Okay. Pressure oil filter, because it's way easier to get from the top than it would ever be from the bottom. Climb underneath, drain the old oil out of it. It's 24 mil, I swear to God. Yeah, it's a 24 mil. Well, I mean, at least they gave us consistency in the form of drain plugs. They're all the same size, but 24 mil for a freaking engine oil drain plug seems a little bit excessive. Especially since it can't get loose. Really? There it goes. That was tight. That was really tight. It should not have been that tight. Tight. Good cat oil. Yummy. Ugh. Yummy. That shit looks tasty. Kind of hoping I bought enough oil. I don't know if 5 quarts is going to do it, because that's a lot of oil, and it said it was low. All right, got coolant mixed up. as long as I keep the heater core closed off, should be okay. Actually held a decent amount of water. Alright, let's check the oil. It's worst case scenario. I know I always have some 1030 floating around the shop. A little low, but still in its tolerable spot. Go grab a little bit more. I think it takes like 5.5 quarts or something like that then. I got about 1/2 quart. Note to self, buy more oil for the garage. Right about in the middle. Still like it to be all the way up at the top of the fill line, but for now I can live with it. Okay. Now battery. Try and get a good connection this time so we don't have the same problem we had before, where it just kept cutting off. It does tighten. So let's see if it actually does something. Okay. Get a little bit of carb cleaning because I don't think it has an accelerator pump. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on. You're all in there. Tight and happy. Oh, it's got gas. Really? Really? Why? Why are you all of a sudden not wanting to fire and run? Confirms that I think a car needs to be gone through. Really? You're gonna do that? Well, I'm pretty sure the starter just gave its last hoorah. Because it doesn't want to crank now. Pretty sure the starter just gave its last hurrah. Well, on that note, I think we're done for the day. I'm losing light. It's getting dark. And starter just clicks. I'm fairly sure starter just gave up the ghost. Which really sucks. But we'll go on from there. Till next time, guys.